Hey everybody, back again. It's time to build a little more factory. And we're probably going to have an interesting day today because we have to make plans, right? Okay, so plan number one, obviously we have to finish. What's that? Why is there a gap here? Oh, it's not finished. Has it been like that the entire time and just nobody has told me? Oh, look at that. That's trash. Here, I fix it. Oh, maybe not like that. Maybe not like that. Okay, good. Fixed. Better. Okay, anyway, like I was saying, today is going to be a day of decisions. First off, we have to finish off antimony, even though it's not going to run because we don't have fish oil. So we just have to go put that in the rest of that, and it's going to take like an hour. Okay, great. After that, we have to get our fish oil in order to make this run, and that's going to be a challenge. I considered being weak and importing barrels of fish oil from the south, like I've done so many times in the past. Look at the size difference off this now. Yeah, that's the good problem city out here. Well, it's someone else's problem. Anyway, import barrels of fish oil and just kind of sneak by and continue building out everything and just kind of, it'll be okay. But then I said, nah, it's not going to happen. Nah. We are going to actually turn our attention to making animal processing. And what I decided is we're going to make OGs first, and OGs will provide base, meat, and guts, and bone, and lard. And from that, we can make fish food and also many other foods. And so we can start building out the animal husbandry stack. I decided we're going to actually cap material sorting at 5 high. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if we need any more, it's got to come over here. And I also decided that we're going to be in a structure where it is first block is uplifting of animal type. Next block is breeding of animal type. Next block or 2 will be raising of animal type. And highest block will be slaughtering of animal type. And then all the animal bits, there'll be a single output on all this, just one whale coming down to probably right here. And we'll install animal bits processing. The reason to do this here is because I'm going to take this whole tower right here, this whole line, and this is going to be reserved for animal waste, animal product disposal. So there's going to be a block here, and it's going to be nothing but disposing of meat. And then there's going to be disposing of guts, then disposing of bone, then disposing of skin. So we're going to have this huge bus going down the side right here, and it's going to slowly peter out. So that is the official plan. I hope it works out. So order of events for today is first we're going to finish antimony. Then we either decide on the sorting mechanism. I almost have it down in my head. We're going to have to look at that for a little bit. And then we have to pave this over. And then we have to probably start the waste processing stacks first before we do anything else. Or maybe we do OGs first. I don't know. Something like that. Let's take a look at OG uplifting. Over here, please. AUOG. If I want stage 2 OGs, and I want you, I have to get casein, and I don't have any. I could just grab some from the south. I need albumin too, but albumin comes from blood, and blood comes from, where is it? Yeah, it's just blood. Or eggs, which is a different sort of blood, I suppose. So, yeah, we have to do normal OGs for a little bit, and then it has to ramp up. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, so what we have to do right now is we just close our eyes and finish antimony. And this should be, once we get in animal processing, this should be the last great piece of the factory, right? Oh, we need some more screeners. We have farming, we have material processing, material sorting, the vast field of intermediate processing. And then once we have animal husbandry, that's the final huge piece. Huge, conceptually different piece. Oh, we have none. We just have none. Probably because according to game time, I only checked a minute ago. All right, that makes sense. Got it. All right, so what are we doing? We have to set this up. So all you come with me. And I don't think I have any of my numbers from my notes. Oh, I do. Right here. There we go. So let's see what we're doing. So we have decided that 36 screeners were where we're going to be at. And right here we have that and a little bit more. So we're set up for this, I think. Yeah, we're making 72 grade 2 in total. And so this is producing this much in this. Okay, we just pick up from here, right? Okay. So next up, it's smashy on grade 3 in order to make grade 4, right? So let's figure out what sort of scale we need here. So if we are making 5.8 divided by, how much does this eat? 2 a second? Oh, really? So everyone kind of heard that, but we're only going to need 3 of these guys, which is kind of refreshing, right? And more than that, it's a very simple transformation in that 3 comes in, 4 comes out. So bang, bang. We'll probably put in 4 of these just because, you know. And so it's going to be something like this. This isn't even a bad depth to put it at. Maybe we put it up just a little more. All right, so like that. And then probably should be like this or something. Because even though everything's going fine, we do want to do the switch to make sure it's balanced-ish. So good. Nice, easy transformation to start this off. And then we have another refluxing process coming up. So I'm going to have to pay attention to that, unfortunately. Right here. Right there. Okay, stand yourself up. And this is good. And this is 3, right? Yeah, this is all the 3 coming over. It's not produced in enormous quantities. Yeah, very slowly. And then the 4 comes down right here. And we continue processing this. And it has to use this stuff first. So input priority from that side. Okay, great. So after that, this is, and we multiply this 1.9 times 1.6. And this says 5.8 grade 3 goes into 4.64 grade 4. Therefore, we have plus 36, which I'm just trusting to be correct, 40.6 grade 4. It's initial grade 4. Because we have a reflux step coming up, right? Because grade 4 gets chunked into crushed Timmy. And then crushed Timmy gets sorted and some grade 4 comes back. So we're going to have to figure out our total grade 4. And then after that, it's all one way towards victory, right? Yeah. All right. So we have to figure this out now. So Kut, how many of you are going to be in need? Let's talk about the initial run now, like we do. Yeah, that's the old. Yeah, that didn't work out. So if we have 40.64 and we want to process this. So we're going to need 40 of these guys. Oh, this isn't great. We're going to need a lot of these guys because it's going to even be more than 40 because we have a reflux step involved. Anyway, it's divide by 5 to get the concentrate. So divide by 5. This is going to produce initially 8 point, looks like a sixth, 8 and a sixth, 8 and a seventh, something like that, of the concentrate. And then next up, divide that by 0.4. And we're going to need a lot of these guys too. Luckily, we have the space. And then it's going to produce 0.1 of 4, right? Antimony grade 4. So this is going to be produced 2. And that goes to, so if we follow this through, that then goes to 2 reflux grade 4, which is 20%. It's a 0.5x, right? Here. Let us confirm that for ourselves. 2 divided by 40.6. Yeah, that's exactly right. I can do some math sometime. And let's just go over that again and try to make sure that we have this correct. We have 40 coming in, and then it's times 0.2, which is, divided by 5. So 40.6 times 0.2, and that gives 8 concentrate. The 8 concentrate is divided by 0.4, and then times 0.1. Yeah, that's how it goes. And so, yeah, it goes from 40 to 2. So it's a very weak reflux. All right, so that's okay. So it's 40.6 plus 2 plus 2 times 0.05 comes back as 0.1. So that just doesn't even matter. So we're just going to say it's going to go to 43 grade 4 total. Okay, from there we can size this. So we're going to need 43 of these happy little boys. That's 6 tiers. 6. Luckily, it is no, it's not a simple transformation. 2 solids in, 1 solid out. So where do we have such a transformation? Find me a field of ball mills. I could think my way through this, but I don't wanna. So this is the very simple version of what we want. I suppose we could put we can do this, right? We can put everything on one belt because it's such a huge reduction, right? And then sort it out in the end. And then the problem is there's 2 in. Oh, that's different. And you know what we say, different is bad. So, how are we going to do this? This is just a straight transformation. This doesn't help us. And these ball mills are again a straight transformation. Do you do anything with ball mills, my friend? Yeah, well, this is 2 outs, so that's quite different than what we're doing, but this is the kind of structure we're looking at, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we're going to need 43 of them. So that's 7 tiers, and we just call it even. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'd kind of prefer not to do that, but I also am not sure of what the structure would be like. Yeah, this is the same thing as before. So is this actually a new and unique structure here? Very sad. So I suppose what we need then is our old friend, the snake belt. You know, come up and over and down and like this. And then Kupi and V. So we have Mr. Snake Belt right here, our good old friend. And then you will have Timmy in and you'll have Lime in, and then we will have an out right here, which is product and also beacon space. So I'm pretty sure we can be pretty dense here, right? Here, no, don't do that. So you go right there. I guess that's not really what we want to do, huh? So we want to V this. And then V it again. Right? And that's a little off center. No, I wanted to invert it, right? So what we need is this. No, something like this. There we go. Oh, so this is kind of the pattern we can use then? Is this better? It's probably better, right? It comes out, it dips, it goes back, and so you can just go straight then. There's no need for you to curve. Maybe there was no need for any of them to curve ever, and this was all I ever needed. Uncomfortable thought to think I was wrong all along. No, surely it was the children who were wrong. Okay, so actually this is a much better tiling scheme, like tidier. All right, so now we need an out. Now we need beacon space. So grab that and then flip you up and down, and we make a nice little unit right here. And then you obviously have to go the other way, so big H. And a big V as well. That's not terrible. This is a little awkward here, seeing how that lines up. Maybe we can make that a little better. I am building simply for aesthetics at this point. There, that's centered. That looks better. So pull it back and go right there. All right. So beacon space in the middle. That connects, that connects, that connects, that connects. We're probably not gonna, we're only gonna be able to shove in 8, right? I think that's what history has taught us. So let's see what we can do. So this gets connected, and that gets even connected like that. So we don't need, it gets even better, right? This is just a better way of doing things. I wonder why I never thought of that. Well, okay, I know full why. It's because I have substantial learning difficulties. But it's nice to see I finally catch up, right? Okay. Right there, right there. Good. Oh, well, here's a problem then. This works for the upper one, but it doesn't work for the bottom one. Okay. So maybe I was better off not to be doing all of that stuff. Yeah, let's try looking ahead a little bit and try that one again, right? And what I need now is this. I want you to work. And though obviously it does not, because I did not set it up correctly. There we go. So yeah, the little twist was needed. I wonder why it's off. Well, no, I know why it's off center, because of, all right, so that doesn't work here either. All right, so twist there and hits all those, and then doesn't hit this, didn't drip. diff hard enough. And then this didn't hit hard enough either. What was I thinking here? And then hits both of those. Then hits both of these. And then I have to adjust this as well. All right, great. Okay, is good, question mark? Oh, that's a big question mark, isn't it? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16, 24, 32. And I can probably slip in one more, right? Well, maybe not. Maybe we just do this. And then, yeah, I can't put in another. And we need another rank or 2 more ranks down south. So this works because there's no upper tier. All right, got it. And then it comes this way, and then it comes this way. And we want it to go the other way again, right? So copy this instead. And this is going to be pretty weird. And by that I mean bad, because I'm kind of doing this incorrectly, I think. It feels like the rhythm is off. Usually you want to get one done well, and then everything just kind of falls into place. But I'm doing very ad hoc development here. And that typically does not herald success. It heralds comedy. That's what it does. And frankly, don't we all just need to laugh a little more? All right, so clip that. Clip that. And so we need this guy here. I validated the top belt. Let's validate the bottom belt. And that's pretty easy. So it comes right here, and it comes over, and it comes right here, and it's just touches there, touches there, touches there. Yes, everything's good. And so I guess what I need is just to come straight down here, right? And then straight in here. And then you do the other thing. We need more belt. All right, so that comes over and then touches both, and then comes over and then touches both, then comes over, touches both, comes over, touches both. Touches both, touches both, touches both. I need more belt, and also more ball mills, and also more screeners. Let's go pick up more. It's not going very fast, but it's going, and I don't care. So, good job. What we need is screeners. Give me whatever screeners you got. Give me whatever ball mills. Oh, we're going to be scraping for ball mills for a long time. All right, we don't need this anymore. And then back all the way out. And what I then need is just to complete this very calmly. So we have this entire belt coming. How much lime do you use? Not a lot. Well, I mean, kind of a lot, but also at the same time, not a lot. So I guess this guy comes right here, and you probably leap. It's probably polite. Like so. All right, good. And we will be close to getting through this part of it. And then this will have to drop down, and then we'll have to start again. So where are we? 8, 16, 24, 32. So we need another block. So just kind of grab this, right? And then you come south. Something like this. and we connect it up. And we hope very hard that we have done this correctly. We have not done it correctly. There, like that, please. All right. Good, we still have gas. For a second there, I saw the pipe empty and I was like, what? What is this? What? But it was no problem. All right, so the winding belt winds on. And while I have no doubt messed this up in some small way, looks like a decent start to me. All right, so this will process all of the grade 4, except that we need to bring in a whole bunch of lime. Can I stick it up here somewhere? Like I probably could right here, but that's... no. This is actually kind of tricky, isn't it? We have to have 2 limes out because we have this thick curling belt on the side. And we also have to deal with out. So like this is most natural for lime out, right? And then you will do the normal cross. There. It will come in like that. And now we just have to deal with this. So I guess it just comes out here and it just like fine. Just fine. Fine. We'll make room like this. And then fine. And it comes down. And fine. All right. There's no problem with this. It's not a terrible idea. It's just a little unaesthetic. Which is, of course, absolutely hateful. But we'll make it through somehow, yes? Of course we will. Why'd I clip off all of this? Apparently, I missed a trick. There we go. And then we have to snip it at the end for tidiness. There. And maybe this works, maybe this doesn't. Either way, we're going to move on. We have to program a Limasaur, though. All right, so power. And now just lime, right? Mr. Whale, whale hungry. Add destination, go get lime, please. Where is the lime stack? Is that in the earth stack? Yes, right there. Fill cargo, add destination, empty the cargo. And then that should, come on, come here, off you go. Great. All right, so that is now complete. And we can move on to the next stage, which is down here, just right there. It's classifier stage. Okay, we have 43 grade 4 total, and then that rolls through and it's divided by 5. So it's 43 times 0.2. That means we're going to have 8.6 concentrate total. That's what we're dealing with here. No, it's crushed. Excuse me, crushed. Yeah, so now we need to make dust, and this makes grade 4 that has to reflux. Okay. So if we have 8 a second coming in, and we have to divide this by 0.4, we find that we need 21 of these happy little boys. And again, we have to sabotage the loader out. So I think because it's such a concentrating step that we're going to do the same thing we did last time. And that we're going to have everything come over right like this, and then sabotage the loader so it doesn't load. And then right here we have just both out. And then this is also beacon space internally. That seems like a good idea. Antimony, grade 4. Then right next door, antimony, dust. That's where we're at. We're at the dust stage. So this is going to be pretty straightforward, right? And we need how many? 22 to be really thorough about it. And it's a dry process. I imagine that's not surprising because all the wet processes come from stage 3 and I don't have stage 3 yet. So like that. This is our goal. And we just want to wind around. Okay, that seems fine to me. A nice, simple transformation for once. I think we're probably going to need 4 tiers of this, so maybe I can squeeze it in. Probably yes. Probably, actually. Especially if I do this. All right, so look carefully. Okay, look at that. Look at it. Concentrate comes in. Both of those things come out. Beacon space. Yeah, we're good. And so now we're there. And if we can do... Doesn't look like we can put all of it in. And we have a little problem over here. Just a little one, though. All right, so what's our number? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And so if I'm able to fit both of this in again, we'll be a lot of bit of overkill. And I can't fit it in. How unlucky. So the choice is now, I guess we'll be a little short. Just a tiny bit short on this, and these guys don't happen. And then we'll space this a little better. Yeah, it really sucks. We just lost, and we are hard up against the limit up here too, so there's nothing we can do about it. Very unlucky. Anyway, so we're going to be just a little bit short here. We have, what, 21, and we need 22? All right, I'm fine with that. That'll get clipped, and you are out. I'm going to need still more belt, right? There we go. Yep, gonna have to go back in and get more classifiers, more ball mills. Does this really not work? Oh no. It really doesn't work. Well, that's kind of a modern disaster right there. And it's gonna make an absolute mess when it comes to wires. Oh man. Well, I am full of shame. Just like every single day. All right, so Timmy, we are now past the classifier stage, and now we're at the additive stage. So, oh, Lime arrived. So what needs to happen right here is this comes down like so, and down like so. And then it comes in and we join together, and now we split apart. Is off to the right, I want antimony, grade 4. And then I need more belt, and that will hew off the grade 4. And I also need more hands, I need more buildings, I need more of everything. So, what can you do for me, bots? Fill my world with light. Alright, this is pretty good. You're doing alright so far. So, bunch of hands, not these. Oh, we're low on stack inserters again. Why? What is this guy doing? What are you trying to do? Why are you stuck? Circuit condition is not triggered yet. Why? We have all materials we need. What are you not doing now? We have no fast inserters. Oh, that's a little bit different now. So we have an entire cluster gathered around here, trying to get fast inserters into their life. So obviously this is not working because no iron sticks. Oh, hello. That's a different story, isn't it? Ah, we are having iron ore problems, it looks like. How do we address these issues? It seems like we just don't have enough ore coming in, huh? Yeah, look at it trickling off. And I think our main iron mine is down here right now. And I may have found the source of the problem. All right, so iron. What do we have around here for iron? That's too thin. We finally mined that completely out. That's nice, but obviously it's being camped. That's no good. We actually kind of have iron problems, don't we? In that this is unusable, this is reserved. That's probably good enough, but how do I get it back over here? Like that's not going to happen, right? And I'm so dependent on this belt. So what do I do? Do I ship? Oh, I know what I do. Okay. A terrible plan has been birthed in mine skull. Okay, I understand what must be done. Here, let's just go take care of it now. We are going to donate from the north factory to the south factory. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this molten iron line. Oh, we're out. We have no borax? What? We have no borax. Oh, we're having comprehensive failure here, aren't we? Huh. Okay, so we got no borax. Why are we has no borax? Yes, we have no borax. And there's just no borax. And we're waiting for right here for borax. I see no borax. Why we make no borax? We make no borax because no raw borax. Wherefore art thou, raw borax? It comes from right here, so we need a primary raw borax. It's waiting for... Ah, it stopped. And an answer to my question has presented itself. Didn't I see this before, and didn't I fix it before? How is my life besieged with such troubles? Well, I saw this, and I forgot about it, right? I saw it, and then it fell out of my head. All right, so we're having multi-dimensional problems at the moment. It is suitable for a factory of our size and dignity. All right, so first, some lunatic came by and worked here. There. Now that finally got that going, and you are offline for some reason. I mean, it's clear you should be syngas, right? It's just clear. You should be syngas because you want syngas. You need syngas. All right, so syngas in enormous amounts, and we no longer need 2 of these. Okay, so syngas comes over, and then it comes up like this. And now we just have to wait for the borax to come back to us. All right, so we still have iron problems. Strange, but true. So let's just assume that's going to knock loose eventually. And I don't know what I'm going to do with iron ore down here. It's like, why are we short of the cubes as well? Shouldn't this be backed up? Is this just an ore problem? No. It's not a xylitol problem either. Oh, it is a xylitol problem. So, we need more xylitol. And that's kind of an issue. Because we are making xylitol almost as fast as we can. So this is all working right. We're just drinking down every low distillate we have. Oh, so we're drinking down all the crude oil we can. So we need to get more crude oil in. I am struggling to see how I care about this, right? All right, so what I'm going to do is that thing I said I was going to do. What we are going to do right now is we are just going to do this and then underflow less than 20. And we are going to help our brothers to the south. And this is how we are going to get, well, I guess we have to follow the rail then. Okay, that's fine-ish. Because we want to get in right here, and then all this will essentially be obsolete. And we just want to tie into the molten line somehow. Just get in right here and just add raw molten iron. So maybe I should drag that straight up and use that as my guide, but it's not going to be straight up. It's going to be from like right here. Whatever. Just make something work, right? So, what we want, what we need, what we must do and just head north, right? And hope we don't get interrupted. That's a Mark I building. I'm almost not used to how they look like anymore. Oh, nice. Good instincts. We're running low on coal up here, though. Yeah, this base is shuttering. It needs to be completely shuttered. But we're not quite ready yet? Really? Okie dokie. And then I want you to underflow less than 20. Good job. And then just continue heading north. I don't want to get this concrete wall in my inventory. I will go around. Alright, just head north. Do the best you can. The best we can turns out to be pretty dang good. And then right here somewhere, I think. There. The donation to the South Factory is prepared. And what we need now is just borax to arrive. Weird that this broke down. Weird that it broke down. I saw it, forgot about it, and then came back and had to fix it again. Weird, you know, weird. That's what we call that. Do we have syngas arriving? Is anyone coming? Ah, yes. There we go. Nice conga line, a caravan, a train, a flying sky train. This is nice. I don't understand why everyone doesn't use this. All right, so we're going to hang out here and we're going to see borax spring back to life. We might need to put down more crystal mines. Or maybe not. I don't know. It's probably been out for a very long time. All right, syngas arrived. Excellent work, everybody. It comes up the pipe, and we're mining right? Yeah, we be mining. Okay, so fantastic work. Everyone can be proud of themselves. That's what I'm saying anyway. What was I even doing? What was I doing before I got deflected like 3 times in a row? Oh, I was refilling everything. I noticed we did not have any, we were low on stack inserters because we are low on fast inserters. And we are low on fast inserters because we don't have iron in the south base, and then I came to bring down iron from the north base, and I found we didn't have iron in the north base. Just fantastic, right? Absolutely great. Just phenomenal situation. So borax will have to start trickling through the system, and then we'll start making molten iron again in the north base, mind you, not the south base. I wonder if this is related to why I don't have these buildings when I need them. Let's not think about that. That sounds like that's heresy right there. All right. I need more whales. I need just to close my eyes and get back to it. Let's just pretend none of that happened. Wasn't real. Just absolute nonsense. Inadmissible in this court. And we can do this, which is now we are on belt, right? We are looping the grade 4 reflux straight back. And then, hopefully, we will be able to just tie that in. And this is making grade 4, and this is making grade 4. I need you to do a cycle. So we have to tie in exactly right here. And input priority from the other side. I don't like how this makes it hard to see. I'm going to have to move this just for pity upon my future self. All right, so there we go. Dunks in from this side, it dunks in from that side, and we use the primary last. Great work. Fantastic organizational skill. So, where does this put us in life? So if we are making 21 of these guys, so we're at 21 of these classifiers. I didn't tie this in. How utterly weak of me. But that's not how it goes. No, never mind. Excuse me. What is weak is my perception skill. Like that, like that, like that, like that, and like that. Okay, everything's great. Everything is quite possibly somewhat great in aspect. All right, so now we multiply this by 0.2. And we hear that we get 4.3 antimony dust. 4.3 antimony dust total. That's what's coming through after we strip out the grade 4. Okay. Now we're getting into the business end of all this. And this can't be a lot of these. It's probably just a simple line, right? This eats at 0.4 a second. So screw that idea. So we need 11 of these guys. So just 2 rows of agits. And we need to bring in lead acetate. And so it's two inputs and then a liquid output. Oh, that's weird. Well, no, we can do this, right? So it's like this and then like this, and then one of them gets the beacon. Okay, that makes sense. Almost done, and then we get into a really quite filthy task. It's going to be just a lot of planning. So we'll do this like so. Fish oil, we do not have. The great flaw And so you are in and in and in and in, and huzzah, we have solved the puzzle. We're probably going to do 2 rows of these, maybe. Maybe, probably. So it's like this, like this. Oh, I should probably do the other side as well, right? And then V. Like so. And that's 8. And we only need 11. Alright, so fine. We put down 2 pods of this. Congratulations, we have 16. Do we need them? No. Are we doing it? Yes. And for bonus, we get a very good via. Alright, power up, my friends. So, I'm guessing we're taking this south, and we're taking the fish oil north, right? So let's... Yeah, we'll just do this for the fish oil then. And then I'll bring in the acetate right here. So, where are you? Aerial outpost. Yeah. I'm not going to be extravagant and call this perfect or anything, but I am going to call it pretty good. Okay. And then after that, I guess I get back on the struggle bus and I try to fix the the iron in the factory. Let's go see if borax has started up yet. It's right next door, right? Or it used to be. Wow. How's molybdenum doing? It's not coming in very fast. I worry about this. I think it has a lot. I have to double the whales, and I have to add layers of prod. And then make sure it's only doing it's exposed to the prod as much as possible. You know what I mean? Anyway, try not to think about that. I'm trying to get distracted. So lead acetate, and then you stop. And then that's all good. That goes no... Okay, this has to come the other way then. And now we are properly trimmed. And then I'll make a mushroom line down here. And that will hook into the next layer. And then we have to hook up the oxygen furnaces. And then be ready to pick everything up and do it all again later, because this is only Timmy 2 and Timmy 3 is coming. So what we need, bang, 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 bang. You would think I'd try to conserve these, given I am in trouble with how many I have. I was going to look at borax and then I got distracted. Yeah, so it's being made. It's going to take a while for it to filter all the way back, but it is being made for the moment. Where's this guy? He's on the way. All right, so everything's fine so long as that's just left alone. And you know what? I can tune out a problem like you wouldn't believe. Up here. So this is the first additive, huh? And it's fish oil. Yeah, that's kind of a mistake, I have to say. Oh, nice, right there. That's not nice. That's touching the walkway. That is a bad sign. That is how you summon evil spirits. Oh, and speaking of evil spirits, we have this. Should I move it all over just to not be on this line? Yeah. Yeah, I am. There you go. And then all of you over by 2 as well. Okay, great. So next up. Oh, right there. next up, we continue with bringing down the vessel. So right there, then all the way down. Timmy's a pretty substantial stack, even for just going to 2 phases. Oh, we have to do this as well, huh? This is one of those in for a penny moments, huh? Okay, good. So how tall is this going to get? If this is getting all the way through stage 2, and stage 3 tends to be the big one. Well, this is awkward. We're going to have to diverge from our usual pattern. That's all right. There is nothing here, and there's nothing coming in either. Fish oil. There is nothing on the network. Trust me. And we put a tank that will sit there sad and empty for a long time. And we'll tie it in. One day, the fish oil will flow. But that day is not today. What is stage 3? Antimony stage 3. Oh, it's not that much. And it's a big reflux system, it looks like. It uses stuff we already got. Okay, well that's good. So, second to last step here. We got flots, I guess. All right, so we need zinc acetate. All right, that's our goal. Lead acetate. Ooh, be careful. And zinc, lead acetate, I know we made before. It was a target of opportunity. It is a pile of... Shouldn't that have something in it by now? Maybe not. This is lead acetate, right? Yeah. All right. Fill cargo right here. Empty cargo. Give me a... Right there, and off you go. Great work. So we have everything we need, right? Except I haven't hooked up the main material component. The main solid belted component right there. All right, so lead acetate, dust in, then you start spinning, and good. Now we go into liquid form. And so we're going to have 11 of these going, and it's 40 a second. So everyone knows what kind of number is going to fall out. So right here, 430. Is that right? Oh, I guess that's very tidy then. What is that? Timmy Pulp 1? Pulp 1. All right, so if we got that. Oh, wow, it only eats it at 13 a second. Oh, dear. Divided by 13.3, it says. We need that 0.3. I'm going to need 33 of these guys. Great. Fantastic. Fantastic. And not a lot of pressurized air. But 32 of these? Where am I? Well, I suppose we have some more area. And antimony doesn't get sintered, right? Antimony. What's with stage 4? Uh-oh. Oh. It just keeps going, huh? We have antimony dark soul. And then, is there a stage 5? No. Doesn't look like it. But this looks like it's not going to be fun. Alright. Don't look at that. So we probably are going to go all the way down with this, unfortunately. Or have to ship it off and process it elsewhere. Or next row, something like that. That's fine. All right, so it's just a drip of Dow froth and just a drip of pressurized air. And then it produces two things that we immediately crash into Timmy pulp, the actual oxide, so product. So it's just a liquid-liquid transformation. It involves a lot of liquids. So we kind of have to be like, oh, it's going to be so hard to get a beacon in here. Like maybe we can make it work. And just a normal mushroom stack up here. And then that's not enough. Yeah, see that? There's no room for a beacon there. I'll have to pull it apart like this. So, and there's just no, I suppose, it would be okay if this was opposite. If this was, I could do it like this and have the 85, the 58% right here. Then I could fit the beacon in, just fit it in. But it doesn't work like that. I wish I could flip the building but keep all the pipe endings where they were. So this has to be taken up and this has to be taken up. So it just doesn't work. So we can do something like this. What's our number? But this leaves a entire blank spot out here. So that's not acceptable either. Maybe we can do something shifted and weird. No, that doesn't work. Kind of, sort of doesn't work. Because we have to stay off of this. Then we could do this, I suppose. But then how do I join it over here? See, that doesn't work either. How do I use this exit without touching any of these squares? We can do this. Well, maybe we do this then. Right? And then this does this. It's going to be real hard on the pipes. So big V. And then that gathers in and we come out on this rail. And then this will... Just looking at it, that does not fill me with joy either. Because now we're only using two areas, two horizontals when we need to use 5. Can I do this with the other side? That's interesting. Probably not, because this right here will have to be used. So that doesn't work at all. So that's a no. So then the 2 comes out right here, and we have beacon space, and we'll be able to shove them really close. What will our stacking number be then? Something like 8. So it'll be a stack of 4, which we could probably fit in here. Maybe we can fit in here. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's a big maybe. And the purpose of that will become clear in a moment when I do something like that. And then this just comes up like this, right? And then we'll have that line and this line, and then this is beacon space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5. That's exactly what it has to be. Can I do this instead? Then a big H and do it properly, maybe? As a goal I have. So something like that. And now a big H like this, and just put it down however you can. And I'm going to trim all this later, don't worry about it. And I can wall myself in and never see the light of day again. And there, we have a unit. We have beacon space. We're using that. We're going to be able to shove them real close together. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's not... Calling it perfect is going a little far. But all right is probably what I'd put it. And then we'll hook everything up. All right, so we need 32/33 of these things. However it works. So can I pick up this and do 2 of them? Yeah, just like that, even with a good via. Nice. We are so going to run out of pipe. We are, in fact, out of pipe. All right, we need to go get everything again. Pipes, flots, classifiers, ball mills. We need the whole gang. And we're not making anything. I bet we are completely out of like just iron on the belt. And that's causing enormous difficulties throughout the entire North Factory. Maybe it's a good thing that I'm having a planning day coming up like now. Because I just don't have the pieces to put together the rest of this. We need a lot of oxygen furnaces. For the step, what is coming? Oxygen furnace. Oh, I already had a lot. Well, okay, I have more now. Congrats. I needed pipe more than anything else in the world. All right, let's go. I assume everything is going well. Everything is correct. Everything is safe. I didn't grab classifiers, which may or may not exist. They should, though, because I hadn't cleaned it out, right? Classifier right there. Good. And then no ball mills. We need lots of flots. Oh, that is, in fact, lots of flots. Good. So now, coming down here, I'm going to have to go raid the ball mill bin. That's unfortunate. Oh, I didn't get any agits. That's embarrassing. I could definitely get another rank in right here. And I'll probably call it quits at that and just be one short. Right there. Nice. I kind of like this thing. Piss off all the bots. Every one of them just gets enraged when I do this. Yes, pick up like 1,000 different things. And then you just put them right back again. All right, so now we got to pay a lot of attention to these pipes and trim them properly. So obviously these will never connect with anything. It's not a judgment on them. It's simply an observation of what is true. This is 32 of them. Yeah, this is going to have to be good enough. So we'll staple these somewhere. And then we're going to need another line stapling that. I guess we do this here. So we'll hook it together like so, and we have this huge fluid bus up here. So like so, like so. Okay, perfect. That lines up. All those are lined up. That's mostly okay. And that's how that has to be. And this is how this has to be. So clip that. I'm not going to staple it on the outside. You all get clipped. You get clipped. Stapled. All right. Almost done. And then, you know, we get to the hard part. Let's go see if we're making molten iron yet. I would think we would be. Okay, so first off, making borax, right? Yes, borax being made, borax filling up. That means borax is being communicated to the main belt, right? Well, it's been completely unloaded. Not surprising that this whale is last in line because its paper route is so short. Is this actually going? Ah, here's a line of borax being delivered right now. So we've gotten here just in time to see the magic moment. And we are making, looks like not enough iron. Because we didn't have enough of these at the time. So we're backing back up. So let's expand this. given that it's relevant to what we're doing right now. I guess we get distracted. Okay, we'll be right back, trust me. You are never far from my heart. And then we didn't have enough oxygen furnaces at the time because we were kind of in a weird place in life. There you go. Better. And so we just had these empty spaces. And so I can just replace this, right? This works and is legal. I would pull more, but I'm scared. So I'm doing this a little piece at a time. All right, there we go. And there's our via. And now we're making a ton of molten iron a second, right? So this should now back up because it should be overwhelming this. Well, maybe not back up because we have such a huge void to fill. But I'm glad it's making steel. So you guys all going good. And if I go take a look down here, are we receiving? Can't tell if this is pumping at all. There's a valve up here that might tell me, right? Yeah, it is pumping. So we are donating to the south. This is going to be our next big problem, isn't it? We've actually wiped out this coal area. I don't know, whatever. Whatever. And so we're not producing a whole lot of iron plate. That's great. It's fantastic. So what we really still need is just more ore in, huh? Or just to let it back up for a while. Just let this go for a bit. Here, let's take a look. Fluids. Molten iron. Motlin. There. I don't think we need this notepad anymore. So, what are we doing now? Yeah. We used to be cruising up here with like 10K a minute. Abouts. And now we're at, 3 times that amount. So, we're definitely at a peak compared to where we were. Except for, yeah, even compared to that. So this is definitely all-time high liquid iron production. So hopefully this will back up eventually once we fill up completely on this and the steel. So yeah, that's why we're not getting the buildings. We just didn't have the primary input going. Okie dokie. I guess I can work with that. So hopefully these factories dig their way out respectively. Yeah, there just is not enough iron ore coming in. Oh, maybe I'll find a way to deal with this later. I don't know. Nah, I don't know. I don't know. All right, next. We're going to finish this, I swear. Actually, let's go get a bunch of agits. Yeah, go get a bunch of agits. Because I forgot about it last time. Come with me. And then please be taking this. Please be taking that. And now I'm just gone. I am a ghost. Appears occasionally. Wrecks everything. Leaves. Offers no explanation. Alright, so that's all set up. And you're not connected, huh? I suppose none of these guys are connected about nothing. But we will now fix it. Alright, so first off, main product in. Looks like you're never gonna... No, this lines up real well right here. So product from previous tier now in. And do we have to link over? I think the answer is, of course we do, dummy. So we have to come down here and we need a big staple. In fact, we should just generalize this right now, right? Like so. And so we are connecting together the 1 the drop with a 1 on it, which is right there. Oh, is this going to be hard? Yeah, because I can't do this right there. Alright, so we need spaces, I guess. Alright, so something like that. And then right there, and that's the Dow froth. Great. And then the other thing is connected vertically, right? So that, and this is our actual real product. So this is product out. Got it. And this just needs to be repeated way down here. We can move on with our lives. Pick up, pick up, pick up. All right, so Dow froth needs to come in, then some small amount of air. I mean, we'll just put down 2 pumps and just call it a day. Where are you, pressure pump? Right there. Okay, so we're just going to put you in line here, I suppose, because why not? Make me pressurized air, and you want pressurized air. And we're just in the system right there. Not a problem. Dow froth, we need to order from biofluid. Unlike the fish oil, Dow froth exists. And then requester tank, and we want Dow froth. Dow froth, right there. Perfect. And then a tank, and then the froth is right here, so just kind of clip in like this, huh? It's not our usual sort of style, but it works. All right, Dow froth in, product in, this needs to be picked up. Initial product, feedstock in, and both of the additives are in, which means we are now purely on, this is product 2 and this is product good. So I'm also going to have to bring down power. By that I mean briquettes, which is going to be a little awkward, I think. All right, so there. We have Timmy 2 and Timmy concentrate, and both of these guys need to be dunked into oxygen furnaces right there. And one of you does this, right? And the other one of you does the slightly different thing. All right, so we need a lot of plastic, we need a lot of oxygen. Maybe not a lot of oxygen. We can probably do this on biofluid. But I need fuel. And so I need to bring the briquettes over, which is going to put tremendous strain on the briquettes, which I suppose I care about in some minor way. So that's keeping up. Distracted episode today. Then again, I'm going to completely change gears from what was my plan, so I suppose I deserve to be distracted. Nice to see that this is just keeping up. Here, let's take a look again. Molten iron. So yeah, it's just keeping the pressure up. I wonder why it fell right. This is probably the South Factory, because these guys have just been cranking on it. Yeah. Okay, so we're not even full up here. There's problems. The whales are waiting, so we're not donating anything special to the south. Oh, it looks, this is definitely better. Okay. So I was in a generalized iron crisis and I didn't recognize it. Fantastic. What I need right now is I'm going to need more belt, because we have to bring, just like down here. Just like, not here. Okay, maybe I was a little exaggerating. I was targeted incorrectly, like right. No. Where do we need to bring the briquettes down? Why is it so rare? So is this the last point I had briquettes? Do I want to ship them in? Am I going to have them any further over here? Okay, let's take a look. Because you really only need the briquettes for the oxygen furnace. This is going to be whale or belt. Belt looks better. So what else do we do? All right, that we don't care about over here. This we do care about. So maybe we do. Maybe we do. We're going to have to making this for coke at some point. So we're going to need the line over for the coal in the coal area. We're going to need it with gold. All right. So there you go. We're going to need it to run gold. So yes, bring the line out. Got it. No problem. Okay, small problem. Okay, quite a large problem, actually. So we're going to have to come down like this, I think. But only not being dumb about it. Oh, not even this far. We've gone way too far. Energy drink is not your friend. All right, so this is our line. We're going to be dragging this straight down. You come over, my friend. So I guess I do gold next, simply to make use of the common belt right here. Okay, that's fine. Gold is should be rather straightforward anyway. It would be nice and rewarding to get done, because who doesn't want gold? It's a new thing up here. This does not exist in the South Factory. So it makes me feel good to do it up here in the North Factory. Means I'm finally making progress at last. I wish I made acrylic the other day. But molybdenum is just way too slow. I have to attend to that. But it requires hand building a lot of stuff I don't want to do. All right, so down here, and then we just keep moving it however we need to, because all this is going to have to be shifted south eventually. Like once we get stage 3, we're going to have to move all this south, and then stage 4, we'll move it all south again. So fine, I accept that. What I also accept is I need a bunch of belt. Yeah. All right, let's check on everything. We needed ASP down here. Yes, that was our problem. And ASP is made right over here, right? And we are still waiting. We are still stuck on no sticks. And that's because the iron is floating in ever so slowly, but we need it to penetrate down here to make sticks. So we need to satisfy the demand of the factory. It's going to build up over hours. All these guys are running. They're running as hard as they can. We actually have molten iron in this. See, it's up at, it's overflowing now. Or rather, it's overflowing on the underflow. It can't underflow in anymore. So these guys are going halftime. Okay, good. That means we can definitely support both factories from up here, which if we couldn't, I would think that would cause some attention, cause some people to wonder of what's going on. Would have bad implications for the future of the factory. So none of these are what I want. That is what we want. Or maybe it's it's up there. Okay, so that's graphite. It's this guy I want. And we have to drag this all the way over. And it's a full stacked belt. Okay, I guess. No problem. And so this is going to be kind of a complicated little dance, isn't it? And it's going to not take that out. Not yet. This is definitely not going to be entirely trivial. The goal is going to be to stay ahead of the actual product line, build faster, don't let it crash. Okay, that's our game. And I don't want to smash energy drink because I think it'll probably slow me down overall as I try to fuss and fiddle to get into position. But right now I'm just gaining on it. So maybe we're over the hard part. Okay. And then it's going to make ash down there, of course. And ash is just going to be put in a bin, and then a caravan, just a normal dinosaur, is going to see to it that that bin is properly emptied. We're going to be done very soon here, and there's going to be just enough time to have a discussion of proper animal product waste handling. Animal product handling. Calling it waste is not true because it has enormous uses. But at the same time, what's this? Oh my God, it's a tree. So close. They got prickles, you know. I don't like prickles. So another one. Again, whoever cleaned this area was very, very, very sloppy. All right, we're just going to say that's good because I don't really feel any pressure anymore. We are way, way ahead of the product, the edge of the product. This is such old style thinking. I really should be caravanning it, but I kind of don't want to deploy caravans if I don't have to. And like, one caravan could probably supply both sides and it would be fine. But at the same time, belts are awesome. My life is full of struggle and bitter, bitter choices. So we are almost there. And then we finally get to move on to something else, finish this up. There, molybdenum ore just arrived. So, again, there's going to be problems there. We have just a barest trickle of molybdenum here in the North Factory. Yeah, just leave it like that. All right, so someday we are going to have power come down here. And someday we have to bring plastic in order to put this in all in tubs. And then we need 3 caravans out, I guess. Ash, product, and plastic. Okie dokie. I guess I'm bringing oxygen in by hand. So like right here, I guess I'm doing this too, huh? Even though this is not in pattern. Now we'll do it like this. Oxygen, please. Like so. And then a tank. And then like so, and it will come down. Okay, so we now have products. We have 32 of these guys running, and you are going to produce, here, notepad, return. You're producing 6.66 and 1.33. So times 6.66 is going to be 215 of pulp 2, right? Pulp 2. And you are a product. Don't forget that. And then, comma, 1.3. That was, no, 1.33, right? 1.33, yes. And it's going to be producing 43.3%. Here, just put concentrate. It's the concentrate right there. Okay, so in order to process this, we are going to need 20 of these happy boys. Well, okay, technically 22. 22 oxygen furnaces, and then right here we're going to need 8 of these. We're gonna start off with fewer, okay? The ratio here is going to be was 20 and then 8, right? So each is like double. So yeah, so we should have double of up here as down here. So I'm going to do, we're just gonna do 2 rows of you and 1 row of you, whatever that row might turn out to be. And then we're just going to leave it at that, right? I'm going to need more belt again. And then that will be fine for starters. And then later on, I know we're going to have to scale it up again anyway, so don't stress too hard about it. Though at the same time, it's kind of funny. I do the math all to this point, only to just abandon the math and just freestyle it. That's not really Factorio. Okay, it's very, very Factorio. It's not good Factorio, though. But let's go this way. And then let's go... science kicking up. That's the effect of having iron in the system again. All right, so right here, we're going to do this, I suppose. And then up, and then up. Only don't do it like this. Do it like this. And so, is that lined up? Yes, that is lined up appropriately. Good. And so beacon space in the center. Spoiler alert, it's going to be a lot of efficiency. And then product has to come out right here. And so we'll do 2 lines of you here. Out of the way, friend. Is that? Okay, so close. And how do we get the, I suppose ash also goes out on this belt. That's fine. We'll sort it out at the end. So what we need, your plastic in. Plastic in. This is kind of not what we want to do, right? No, it's going to be fine. Products and waste. Oh, we need also, we need plastic and we need briquettes. So I guess we do a, mixed line. Yeah, for now, mixed line is fine. So what we'll do is just come down here. This is all going to have to be picked up eventually. So that's plastic. And right here, that's going to be ash. And then right here, this will be product. And then we're just going to deal with that, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. So plastic whale, come here. Whale hungry, go and get me my plastic, please. Plastic is a product which is somewhere in the vicinity of over here. It's not an organic product, that's for sure, but it is an organic product. Why did I do that? I don't know. It's going to be messing me up for a long time. And then right here, I want you to empty that cargo. And you're going to cause problems later on, but that's going to be fine. Because there's going to be so much plastic here. So I guess... No. No, I don't like this. Yeah, we're going to do a snake belt here. Yeah, got it. Sudden, acute, second thoughtism. Okay, so we are going to try to prevent ourselves from bottlenecking ourselves by doing this. And we're doing it on the side that doesn't really matter, so that's good, right? Yeah, so we have to move farther down. It's like that, not stress ourselves. Because we have to come over like this, right? Briquettes have arrived. And then here's our briquettes. And that's how you get fuel in. And you need oxide out. Antimony oxide, please. And you need ash out. Ash. And I really should go make a beacon and put it right here just to save fuel. You know what I mean? But I don't have the towers on me. I can go pick them up. I have like a box of towers in the south, don't I? Or I should. I did at one point. Then big H. And we're doing something like this. Okay. And so plastic will come in right there. And good. So now we just kind of iterate, right? Let's grab a whole hunk of you. And then just do this and just be happy. Is it possible to just do this and then be happy at the end? Is happiness something that can be chased and attained, or must it come to us of its own accord? Can happiness be made, or only encountered? These are such questions. Why I just build Factory. Factory is simple. These questions are hard. So final product done. All right, so we'll have to sort the waste in a second here. And then, oh, that's kind of perfect, right? Well, not like perfect. Perfect-esque. Because I can take this entire thing, and then just put it right there, right? Why is that? Why are half of them offset wrong? Is this just a bottom thing? Is it just a this thing? Why is this one wrong? Why is all the other ones right? No, this one's wrong. Huh. Oh, it's because I flipped it. That's why. And then it's slightly... Here, we can change this, right? By wiggling the belt, like so. No, it just makes it different. All right, that's fine. Now everything is lined up and correct. Okay, so... we're about ready, right? Trim that. And this will be antimony for a while. I'm going to have to pick all this up. I'm not looking forward to that. Yeah, that's not going to be fun. And I'm almost out of hands, and that may very well be my last hands. For a long time anyway, until my dinosaur gets through the ASP line. Yeah, moving all this is going to be a giant pain. I mean, I say that, but it's going to take me like, 20 minutes maybe. So a giant pain with like an asterisk on it. There we go. So you are now fueled, and this has to come round. Spin it right round. So right there, and then in, and good. Oh, I have to trim all this too before I cause myself an issue. Down, and good. All right, let's trim all of this. We are now fueled, and unfortunately this will not spring to life for a very long time because I have to go and get fish oil. Oh, this is unfortunate. Here, let's not do this then. Why am I... Oh, that's... Speaking of unfortunate, I could have done something bad there. Connected up fluids to where they weren't supposed to be. There's your oxygen. You got it. Feel good about yourself. Where's the plastic? Oh, it's not plugged in. My fault. I'm on it. So what I want to do is come here and then just straight down. Okay, that's going in now. Plastic on the way. All we need is the various fuels. So which is which now? That's all connected. So this is the 2. This is not hooked up, huh? Not hooked up. Okay, got it. Now it's hooked up. So outside is concentrate. Inside is, oh, unfortunate. Ooh, very unfortunate. But oh well. We'll roll with it, right? We chose the wrong line. It's okay. We've made mistakes before. There. And the 2 is now hooked in, and we'll link it like so, I think. And you can just go straight down. There's no need for anything more. Oh, I suppose we have the same story with the oxygen, right? Okay. And I am getting pretty tired. So I am glad I am almost done. All right, so the 2 is in, the oxygen is in. All that's left is to hook up the concentrate and then get, the missing fish oil. Oh, all these guys need to change. You need to do this instead. I know it looks the same, but it's not the same. And so this doesn't get hooked up because they aren't the same. Probably should have thought of that as I was doing it, but slow bus moment. Okay, so that's now hooked up. And for our last act, product out and ash out. So this is an ash line, and it is a Antimony Oxide line. So we come here. This is kind of not super great. Output priority to the right. Ash. And I'm going to have exactly enough hands to get out of here. If there are no hands back at the base, I am officially stuck. It's okay. I have other things to occupy myself with for the moment. Okay, so right there. We're good, right? It's all over but the whaling. All right, so dinosaur right here. I want you to dinosaur hungry. I want you to come here. I want you to fill your cargo. And that goes to waste ash, which is in the bio line right there. Empty that cargo so it is properly sorted. Be on your way, sir. And now, whale hungry. I want you to pick up all this stuff that's not here and will not be here for quite some time. And then you drag it all the way up, and it is Antimony Oxide in. Empty cargo. So beautiful. We're done. We finished it. We're winners. I think everything's working. We're not going to know for a long time. No, maybe not that long of time. Like 5 episodes or so in order to get fish up. If I'm lucky. All right, so what are we missing up here? A bunch of ball mills. Let's take care of that. And then let's start planning. All I'm going to do is plan for the next episode right now because we have to set up, maybe it's going to be a long time. I have to set up a lot of waste disposals. I came here for ball mills, which are right there. Then I'm going to raid the ball mill bin to make everything even worse. So ball mills are made. Okay, not here. Help me. Ball mills are right there. Very early. Just raid the bin. You'll catch up, right? One of these days. Wonder if we're short on ASP. That would be very unfortunate. Okay, so down here, set all those up. We're still going to be a bit short, but yeah, whatever. We'll figure it out someday. What else do I have in my inventory? So can I get rid of these briquettes? Hopefully. And then I have to get rid of this borax. I'll toss it in the bin. Or I'll just go over to the borax area. That would be most polite of me, right? If I could find it. Alright, right here. Mr. Borax Whale, this is for you. And it's coming through, right? And this is just a pure throughput issue off this. Alright, fine. We're good. I'm calling this done. So, goodbye, notepad. Let's pull back and look at it for a moment. And we have to put in 2 more substantial layers. Yeah, Timmy's going to come all the way down here. And that's fine. There's no problem with that. And we're going to do gold next because there's synergy with the line I drew all the way across. Yeah. All right, but before we do that, we have to get fish oil. Before we get fish oil, we have to do augs. Before we can do augs, we have to be prepared to process aug parts. And to do that, it's going to be a little harder than it seems. So let's go over and examine the nature of the problem, and let's try to work our way through how this has to be. So first off, I want to we're going to be slaughtering animals at many different places, so I'm going to pull all the meat into one central depot. All whales and caravans will just dump it into one bin, and it's going to be right here. And in this stack, it's going to get sorted into its various pieces. We might have to do an artillery day. I want to do it in this stack specifically because I want this square right here to be waste meat disposal, waste guts disposal, waste skin disposal, waste lard disposal, waste bone disposal, waste, like, what else? Waste blood disposal, waste arthropod blood disposal, just like that. This is the waste line. It honestly should be over here somewhere. Yeah, ship the meat out, process it, but I don't want the depot to be over here. So this is going to be the food, the wet market right here. That's the way to put it. And so what we're going to start with, let's just imagine that this is the proper square. It is not, but engage your imagination. There's going to be something like this, right? This is the central meat in. And its entire job, well, because there has to be 2 things, right? Because there has to be meat going south, and that is waste meat and meat materials. And there has to be meat going north. So maybe we do something like this. We have like loaders, and you're going to use filter, and you're going to be meat. So something like that. And yeah, I'll get you fuel. Don't worry about it. And then it will come here and then immediately switch with output priority right there. And so north will be going towards storage, and then south will be going immediate disposal. And then we'll have somewhere over here, we'll have rot products because all this stuff is going to spoil. And so there's going to be rot products coming this way. So all we have to do now is design what our meat filter structure, meat sorting, the logic of it. Because all animal products are secondary products. Because when you slaughter an aug, you get all sorts of materials, and you cannot say which of these materials you are going to need. Therefore, this has to be a non-blocking operation, which means that every output has to be continually flowing. It can never block. Everything that gets pushed in must exit somehow, even if we just biomass it and set it on fire. That counts as getting out. That's good. So that's going to be the task of the disposal blocks, to try to wring as much value out of the overflow. But anyway, What we want up here are the bins where we come, where the shoppers come. This is the supermarket area. It's been so long since I pulled this out. It's a full 4Z. We're going to look at this. Now, this obviously isn't what we need because this includes several concepts that aren't real. Like this concept right here. This is primary material in. This does not exist as a concept with what we're doing. And then we have overflow. I don't think this exists because we have it down here and we're going to put it at the primary in instead of having an overflow. And so if we only have this right here, then honestly, we don't need this either, right? Because there's just material that comes in and then there's just material that gets picked up and it can be done at the same point. There's no point in having a second one because there's no sorting between different types. So this also doesn't exist. So basically this all decays, but we haven't, okay, that's a very apt way to put it because we have decay involved now. So if we have this as being primary sorting, like the entire animal, all the animal bits get dumped in here and they all fly out. And if it backs up, it heads towards waste disposal this way, and that's fine. It's going to be a huge bus coming down the side. It's going to have to come all down here and then all down here. Or again, get a caravan, but I don't think so. This is a bus moment. Okay, so let's say I have meat. And this is the meat bin. So meat's going to come out here, and let's say a lot flows south, and suddenly there's a void. And it flows up, and it comes in here, and it flows directly in here, right? And so we have meat here. Great. Fantastic. Do loaders stack? Oh, that's a real interesting question. I should be able to test that somewhere, right? Do loaders stack? Kind of looks like they don't. Ooh. That's a bit of a problem, isn't it? Because this will be lower throughput than if I use stack inserters. I will consider that. I will consider it. Having this just be a bristle of stack inserters coming out all sides. Move it up a little bit and have it stack inserter lines coming out. Oh, I don't even have any stack inserters on me. Like bristle from all sides. I'll have to do a count on that. Kind of curious. So here's the last of my stack. Oh, they're coming in, so that's good. Okay. So this crisis has been averted, it looks like. So we're going to just peek south again. Just going to peek. See how it is. All right, we're making lots of ASP. Okay, so yes, crisis has been averted. And if we look at iron right here, it's still flowing. That's really interesting. But steel is now stuffed up. We should probably copy this and paste it. This is so lazy what I did here. Well, whatever. I can be lazy. I'm allowed. Anyway, I need to follow these thoughts to the end. So if we have if these don't stack, that's actually kind of a problem. And right now to fill a belt, we have to do something like this. This is Mostis compacticus, right? So we have one out on that side. And we can't even put another. It doesn't do that. That's oogly. We could do something like this, however, and it would be symmetrical. And that has its own value, you know? Maybe do it slightly in so that I know I need to. So we have to ask how many animal products would there be? Because if we only have 2 coming out right here, so 2 animal products, 4 animal products, and And that right there will be 6 animal products, and we'll just leave the bottom for weird stuff. So it's like, this is not enough, unfortunately. This is meat, guts, lard, bone, brains, bone meal. Then there's like all sorts of other stuff that comes off. Chitin. Like, so this is not good. We have to go with the loader situation, even though it doesn't. I kind of worry about belt throughput. But I can always put in another belt, I suppose, if I absolutely have to. It's going to be an experiment. So anyway, loaders that have filters, and then like so, right? And that determines, it sorts the good from the bad. All right, so up here, and then the good comes up here, and then what happens then is it spoils. It sits here, and it spoils. So what we need to do, I guess we don't even, do we put it in a bin? No, because like here, let's take a look. Og in a cage. Give me an og in a cage, please. Just a caged og. All right, and then you pull it apart, and you get all this stuff. And we have to figure out if we're going to do one of these upgrades, which means I have to research it one day. It's on the way. Don't worry about it. Double meat. Wow. But I kind of don't ever want that. So no. What's this do? Double bones? It's not so bad. Oh, it eats laser turrets. Oh, and an extra 5% chance of another brain. I don't know if I care about that, and twice as much blood. But then you need laser turrets? Ooh. And then you can play music for it. And that, again, erodes the speaker. So the easy one is just adding grease and getting double meat out. But I don't know if I like that plan. Well, this gives double lard, too. So this is kind of what I have to do. I have to build laser turrets, and then... what does it take to build laser turrets? I kind of have most of that. Like, I don't make the simple circuit boards, obviously, but I guess I don't make the batteries either. Am I at a point where I can make it? I think I need Timmy for this, right? Sorry, getting distracted. Like, this is the best way to do it, right? And I don't have the alloy because I don't have the Timmy. So I have to continue using batteries imported from the south. Then I would just have laser turrets for days and days and days. Days and days and days and days and days. Pity they don't really help much anywhere. Remember back when lasers were the be-all, end-all of defense? Anyway, getting off topic. So I'm probably going to get that slaughterhouse upgrade. That's probably coming soon. Maybe I should shift back right now. Here, get this. I probably have enough military science saved up, so this is fine. All right, burn through that. So we're going to have to write down laser turret as something I need to get real soon. So anyway, what we need is either loaders or stack inserters. Because you take all possible waste products. And so it's kind of the same thing. Where you take liquid power and you don't. The loaders are probably faster, right? Or they definitely will be later on, I think. You're not going to beat a loader. So I guess we'll just do something like this and then filter by... Oh, I was going to look at the thing. Caged og. And I got distracted again. So the caged og gets pulled apart. We're going to do this. And then what do these rot into? Meat goes into jerky, lard goes into crud, more jerky, more jerky. So do we really only have two waste products here? Jerky and crud? And jerky is actually a desirable ingredient. Here, let's just go take a walk. It's render, right? Oh, this is all the things we can possibly render. And you make tendons, and those decay into jerky. It's nice that show me... Oh, wait. I can't tell. Where is tendons? That goes into biocrud. Great. Next, you can get chitin. Like, all this just goes to jerky and more jerky. All right, so that's fine. And then you get rendered into, what is the venom gland? That goes into rich crud. So there's 3 products that we have. Here, let's start a list. Over in the other note area. So there's jerky, there's biocrud, there's rich biocrud. And then what else? What else? Let's just look at every single one of these and build a list of spoilables. That all goes into everything we've seen before. And then you also go into everything we've seen before. Contains strangelets. It does not, in fact, decay. Oh, good. No. And then fish, none of that spoils in a special way. You are the prototype for everything. Cotton guts, no, you're normal. You make bone meal, and I don't think bone meal spoils. So no, not that I'm going to be using that for bone meal very much. So you get the venom and chitin, and chitin does not spoil. Chitin is stable. So good. Then you are completely standard meat object. Shell does not spoil. None of that spoils. Photopore does spoil, but it spoils into crud. So that's known. You're normal, and you may never be slaughtered again up here. You make gas bladders. Gas bladders decay into crud. Okay, so that's still okay. Yeah, you are completely normal. And what are you? You are normal is what you are. A whole bunch of critters I don't even have. What's a pineal gland and spoils into crud? All right, so no complexity there. Everything else is identical. That's fine. And that's it. We looked through everything. Okay, so it turns out there are only really 2 things that get spoiled. There's jerky and biocrud, and then I'll make a special thing for rich biocrud. So what I'll do here, actually just pick this up. We are going to have a generic we're going to have generic waste bins right here. So we have a generic in right there, and we're going to have that right. Maybe it should go on the, no, it shouldn't go on the top. It's going to be something like this. And so one side will be biocrud, the other side will be jerky. And that's how it will get out. And this will be a line that exists somewhere. So, I should probably decide how I'm going to handle, okay, no, what should come out. So this should definitely be farther north. Like, don't worry about size. We're going to have an entire stack. I suppose it's not going to be that big. It's probably just going to be 2 squares, huh? The meat market. But it's going to be very important I get it properly thought through. So meat, guts, bone meal, brains, Here, let's just make notes for myself because I'm not going to be smart enough to do this. This is all waste product. And so, meat stuff, animal bits, chunks of animal. No, it should be an alien life, right? Post-organic mass. Really? I can't just find it in a row? That's disappointing. It's got to be in here. Well, there's brain. I don't want to look at it like this. All right, anyway, brains. Oh, I said brains, did I not? Maybe I need those display things. Or I can mouse over it. Yeah, mousing over it's good enough. All right, so brains followed by bones, followed by just everything. This is probably too much work, but building a model frequently helps. Then I want guts. And then I want... What are the other things that come through here? Lard? Yeah, this still has value. And I guess I do bone meal, or else I just never butcher ulrichs. And that simplifies things that way. But it's an efficient way of getting bone meal. Probably have to butcher the ulrichs, right? So bone meal. Oh, yeah. Don't have skin. We need to do skin now. Is there anything else I need? Here, let's take a look again. Render. Just take a look. Probably chitin. Yeah, chitin. And chitin. Chitin. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I guess bones, this is overflow. They have to be processed. Okay. But bone meal doesn't count then, because the only reason to slaughter an ulrich is for bone meal. And if there's no bone meal, if bone meal can't be accepted, then stopping slaughtering the ulrichs is just fine. So I'm going to have to make primary chitin, primary skin. Is there anything else? Render. So this can back up. That's fine. That's okay. Chitin has to be processed because I need the venom. So yes, that can't block. So bones, meat, skin, lard, guts, brains, none of these can block. And if the photopore block, this is never going to happen. This is going to be slaughtered on site to make optical cable, and that's it, I think. Anywhere else? Photopore is used in a few things. So it's going to be slaughtered on site for all of these things. Wow, 25 photopores. Wow. And if we don't need them photopore, then the trit processing stops, and that's fine. That's just fine. So I guess I am probably going to be using moos, a mixture of augs and moos, in order to get the material that I need. So I'll think about this a little more, but I think we're reaching peak. Arthurians have 2 brains. That's really weird. Anyway, so 6, the number of belts is 6. All these things have to be gotten rid of one way or another. All right, so what we'll have here is the wet market right here in these 2 squares, and then meat processing, guts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, down to here. All these have to be set up with at least some way of getting rid of all of these materials. And then I figure that the proper way to dispose of guts and meats and brains and whatever, in just in a disposal sense, not in a use sense, just disposing of them. So burning them down into ores and then putting the ores in the waste bin. That's the sort of thing we're doing. I figure the most efficient way to use it over time is just going to shift. So I'm going to dedicate an entire city block to each one. It's going to look weird, kind of like a scar running through here, through the secondary, through the intermediate production area, but it'll be fine. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. We're going to set this up for real. We'll pave this area, take 2 like we normally do, just envelop this for right now, pretend it's not there until I need those squares, and then I'll probably move the iron mine to over there and see how long we can go with just one. And we'll be biomining by then anyway, so it'll be all right. And so we'll move this here. We have our normal form. So we're going to need 6 waste lines out. Maybe more. Hopefully it's just 6. I'll look through it again, because if I need 7, I kind of need to know that now, right? And then we will have all sorts of wet market stands in here and in here. And so everyone will come. Like, this isn't even needed, is it? So this is going to be unloading all of the decay products. And then they're going to be grouped together into decay lines that come down into their respective areas. So I should probably group them on which side and what they decay into. And then we'll have a janitor right here picking up all of the decayed animal bits that happen to decay while in here and taking them away. Now, there's also going to be decay happening off these lines. And that will be addressed in their individual blocks. So that's going to be a real cognitive effort because historically speaking, I do not deal with decay very well. I always get it wrong on the first try. Anyway, I think we have come up with a plan. I think we have achieved a goal. I think it is time to wrap up. So I just annoy the bots. Oh, are we in? No, we're not. They're just trying to help, and I won't stand still again. The struggle of getting into the Pi logo while being here. We'll look around while we calm ourselves down. I probably shouldn't have slammed that energy drink. I did it anyway. So, oh, we still not full up on this? Oh, so that's where a lot of the molybdenum is going then. Okay. So, all right, part of it is 1/4 is being hewn off. So that's why. That's one of the reasons why. Okay, and now if we take a look at the South Factory, we are generously donating a full pipeline of molten iron, completely underwriting production here forever. These can all shut down. They don't matter anymore because we have you. The North Factory knows you. The North Factory loves you. And borax is doing fine, I guess. Yeah, processing is happening. It's not really backing up, but processing is happening. All right, so all that's good. And now I can properly stand in the middle. So let's do our recap and wrap up and talk about what was honestly a pretty good episode, even though I'm kind of a little tired, not the most entertaining. Well, let's face it, no one is along for this, for the scintillating wit and comedy that bubbles from my persona moment by moment. No, we're here because we want to see a nerd build the factory. And I gotcha. If that's what you want, I am here for you. All right, so like that. That's kind of more proper. All right, so we just saw it, and I think just shaving the lake is the best. It gets it the mostest, centeredest. Print screen. All right, what did we do today, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Well, first and foremost, obviously, we finished the antimony line. It is not going because we have no fish oil. Fish oil is a crucial additive here in Timmy land. And so while I built it all out, it is not going and it hasn't been turned on yet. Very sad. So I had to face the primary problem. How do I get fish oil? And there's two paths. One, I take it from the south, I barrel it up, I bring it up here, I fake it until I make it. Or I actually bite the bullet and I do animal processing properly. And so that's how I handled the back like quarter of the episode is we talked through the difficulties of establishing a wet market with spoilage right here, knowing that we're going to be building a structure, maybe even starting next time. No, like 2 or 3 times. Where we're going to make augs. We need augs to start this out. Augs to get the ingredients for fish food to grow fish properly, fish to get the fish oil to get us out of the situation. So we're going to be making augs. We're going to be making fish. And the way I've decided I want to do this is we're going to cap off material sorting at being 5 high. It's going to make the alarm building be very strange, but I don't know what to do about that. It just is. And then I'm going to establish this line right here, which is going to be uplifting line. So this is going to be aug uplifting, fish uplifting, and then whatever I put in right here, probably cotton guts are next. Maybe ulrichs. Probably ulrichs. One of the two. I don't know. And then we're going to do all of the animals here. We're going to have to push out again. I want that iron mine. I want all these guys not to be near me. But anyway, we're going to then do all of the animals. So it's going to be uplifting, breeding, raising, as many raisings as possible, and then slaughterhouses up top. And the slaughterhouse is going to have every animal bit piped into a single box. And then that box is going to come down here to the wet market. We kind of roughed it out right here. The wet market will be right here. And it is going to handle the business of sorting the material either north or south. If it goes north, it goes into storage bins to be offered for use somewhere. Maybe I do more than just an aerial caravan and a belt. Maybe I do something a little more extravagant there. Put in sheds that buffer just a little bit more. I don't know. I'll settle on the final design of the wet market sorting structure tomorrow. And then there's going to be a tower of these. I think it's only going to be 2 blocks tall. It's going to be wet market in, wet market vending. And then on the bottom, this whole row right here is going to be meat product disposal. So what we're going to have to do, I suppose it has 7 high. We have to have jerky in there. Jerky disposal when we don't have enough jerky. Yeah, so the jerky is actually a product and a decay phenomenon. So it's going to be 7 lines going south. So it's going to be like meat, jerky, meat. Maybe I group jerky with something else because the only thing you can really do to it is feed it to, maybe just turn it into Nexlet. Maybe just take it out and have a Nexlet patch somewhere that's just eating jerky and producing it very inefficiently. Anyway, don't think about any of that. Yeah, staffed with actual digosaurs, so it's most inefficient possible. Yeah, that's a real good idea. Anyway, the waste products will come down here, and we're going to deal with meat. We're going to deal with guts. And by deal with, I mean get rid of, because the primary danger here is that it will jam. That we will slaughter an animal for a specific part, and we will no longer be able to get that specific part because we're full on bones or we're full on meat, and we're just clogged and we can't push it through the system anymore. So it has to be a continual flow, which means we need dedicated disposal areas for all the various animal bits. Bad news is that this is going to be a lot of work to set up initially. good news is once it's set up, it's good for every animal. So it's just initial boot up for alien life to get going. So I'm going to go do that. And then, yeah, so it's like tomorrow, setting up the wet market and disposals. That's probably 2 days. Probably a full day for augs. Probably a full day for fish. And then I'll have fish oil, and this will kick on, and then we'll get back for gold. So we're going to only like 4 days of getting distracted from... No, we have to do fish food in there too. Ooh. So then food can start kicking off. Maybe I'll spend a couple days doing just food somewhere. Maybe do food processing right here, so it's all kind of in the same place. I like that idea. I know I've planned on putting it all in the same material stack. Yeah, maybe I do that. Maybe I get distracted. I do aug and then fish, and then I just do a whole bunch of foods or keep going with gold. I don't know. There's plenty more to do. But for right now, I am done. Thank you all for coming along. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye.